For decades, this debate has raged on. Who is the biggest club in London? We're going to discuss it tonight. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Eagle Eyed View. Yes, and this episode is called London Is. Now, thank you, gentlemen, for wanting to come on. Some of you coming on at late notice. But let's start with last season before we get into the heavy stuff. Let's do it in reverse order, with Arsenal finishing furthest in the league table.
Could you repeat that line again, Rick?
Before we come to Orts, actually, James, big up to you. So, James, you support.
I'm a Spurs man. Spurs
fan. Mako obviously is a
Spurs man.
Spurs as well. Orton support
Arsenal.
You don't even want to see. You're not even trying to say that with pride, you know.
Listen. I bleed the red of Arsenal. Yeah, make no mistake.
I Mario.
Come on, let's support the European champions, brother.
Russian money.
And once again, get your popcorn out, guys. It's going to be a good one. Big up to the popcorn gang. All right, Oates, talk to us. Last season, thoughts?
Boy, where do I start, man? Obviously, it was a horrible season as an Arsenal fan, man. Absolutely horrible season. Where do I start? I think, to be fair, I think this is a long time coming. Even from the Arsene Wenger days. And listen, Arsene Wenger's my uncle, yeah? But it's been a long time coming, and it was always going to rear its head because we've had bad recruitment. We've had people moan about Arteta, but what they need to understand here is that even from the end of Wenger into Emery, was playing some horrible football. Yeah, it was slow, it was boring. So now Arteta's come in and he's picking up all of these problems. He's picking up all of these dead players, you know, like the likes of Bellerin, El Nene, all of these dead ballers. And he's having to basically squeeze the best out of these dead ballers, which, to be fair, in the first 6 to 8 months he won the cup. But there's only so much he can do with those players, man. Those players wouldn't get into any other top half of the table team, the ones I just mentioned, El Nene and Bellerin, and they're playing for big Arsenal. So to be fair, with the players that we got, we finished where we deserved, man. But yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible, man.
Just obviously, like, you made a major signing in Thomas Partey, which came up with a whole proper like Daneo tune and that. Like, what went wrong for him? Because we've got certain Donnies spinning around in the dance moves and everything.
You see the Partey thing, yeah? People need to realize the Premiership is a different animal. It's more physical, it's quicker, it's more intense. So the body just couldn't handle it, man. And he just picked up one injury after the other. To be fair, I thought the games that he did play, I thought he was excellent. But it's just everything else around him. Like, one man can't do it by himself. Do you know what I mean? And when Aubameyang's not banging, when he's not firing, then we're just not firing. There's no one else to step up to the plate. But I think this season, we could already see it from pre-season. Thomas Partey is going to be different. He's going to just be different, man. Different level, definitely.
Cool. Last bit before we move on. Aubameyang. He didn't have his best of seasons last year. What do you think was the reason?
Do you know what? When Moses gets here, yeah, he used to run me. He used to run me because although in the first couple of his first season he banged like 30 goals, I was like, Aubameyang is not a killer. He's not a killer because he banged 30 goals, but it should have been 50 goals. Do you know what I mean? And he used to miss some easy chances. I'm a little bit worried right about now. Yeah, he definitely did look lost. I'm a little bit worried because I feel like age might be catching up to him. I think confidence is low. Confidence is shot to pieces. And you know what football's like? Football's a confidence game, innit? But I don't know, man. He doesn't offer anything other than his goal scoring ability. Like, he doesn't really dubs, man. He don't like drop the shoulder and go past, man. He can't even really pass the ball. He can just run fast and bang. And I'll be honest, all he can do is run fast and bang. He is the Gabonese Thea Walcott.
Damn.
What else can he do? When have you seen Aubameyang bust like a step over, drop the shoulder, and go past someone and cross and whip a dangerous crossing, or cut inside and bang like after dubs and a man? He doesn't really do that. But saying that he is. I take back my words. He is a killer in front of goal. But right now he's going through a mad dry spell. But I am worried because age catches up to you, man. And right
How
now
old is he now?
he's like 31, I believe.
Right.
30. I hope he proves me wrong, man. But right now, I'd sell him. I'd sell the both of them. I'll sell him and I'll sell Lacazette. Bye-bye. They'll be gone. Just get rid of them, man.
Yeah, interesting viewpoints. Interesting viewpoints.
I like
James.
him. Don't get me wrong. I do like him, but I think it's time to go.
I'll tell you what, we got a few Man United fans in the comment section, by the way, so just bear that in mind.
Yeah, fun them, man. There.
James, Tottenham.
Last season, yeah, to comment on that first. Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, last season. Well, what can I say now? Anyone that knows me, I was a Jose in man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a Jose in man. Now, his managerial record. Forget he was ex-Chelsea. Forget that. I know business about that. His managerial record and what he's achieved in football. For him to be at a club like Spurs. Now, again, I've been a big Spurs fan since, Rich, you know me, years.
Yeah.
I've been supporting Spurs since early 90s kind of thing. For him to be at Tottenham, I think that's a big thing for us. But it was a big thing for us. Now, what we should have done as a fan base was united. The club should have rallied and said, you know what, let's back this man because he will deliver. He's shown. Everywhere he's gone, he's won something. We can't be turning our nose up at Carabao Cup, FA Cup, even Europa League. We can't be turning our nose up at that. So, to be honest, I was disappointed when he got sacked, especially before the cup final. He got up to a cup final. And then to sack him just before, that's all nonsense to me. I don't know why we did that. Disappointed. We move, but obviously now we've got the whole Harry nonsense going on.
We'll get to that.
Fair enough. But last season, to be fair, back to last season again, like even the Jose thing, up until before Christmas, we were doing really well. We were looking good. I
we
believe.
were top of the table, weren't we?
Pardon?
We were top of the table, weren't we?
Exactly. We were up there, and it's good victories. The Man City at home game, really good. I think the turning point was Liverpool away. I don't know if you don't remember, Bergwijn had 2 great chances. Should have. I think if we win that game, we build the belief, we crack on, we push the second half of the season, we do our thing. But I think our heads dropped. We've got a lot of players with a mentality they're not winners. They haven't got it. And I think Kane's involved in that as well. I'm not gonna lie. I think Kane is he's that as well. So yeah, we just need we need a couple guys in there that have the experience of getting it over the line, winning, lifting them trophies, and you never know. But I'll take a League Cup right now at this point. I'll take anything because I'm sick and tired of trophies. I'm sick and tired of it because we're on the cusp. Like, yeah, we're almost there, man. It just needs that final. And I think Jose would have done it, to be honest. In time, he would have done it.
What are your thoughts with the fact that he got sacked right before a cup final?
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Only thing I can think of is because Levy thought maybe fans were going to be there and they'll be booing and they'll be cussing them out. That's the only thing I can think of. But to me, it's a crazy decision, man. Give the guy to the end of the season at least. If you're going to sack him, fair enough, cool. But give him till the end of the season, man. We could have even got top 4. to be fair, because we weren't that far off in the end. But yeah, bringing in someone like Mason, who's never managed a game in his life, that's Spursy, man. That's typical Tottenham. That I don't understand the decision. So I wasn't happy.
Micah, do you want to add to it?
Rich, can I just jump in there actually? Because Sam's made a couple of really good points, right?
Yeah, go on.
And football, and look, we're all football fans. We all know football. We go regular, so there's got to be some banter here. But actually, let's talk like mature gentlemen as well. And James made a really good point. We know football, and Tottenham's season didn't even change on one game. James, I would say it changed on that one moment, a Liverpool game and Bergwijn hitting the post. That was the moment our season changed. We would have gone 2-1 up there, and we would have held on, I believe, and gotten a win.
I agree.
And continued a winning streak and been at top of the table for Christmas. We lost that, and our heads dropped, which brings me to James's second point. And Holberg has just said this in an interview this week. Holberg has said, we've got talented players here. What we have to change at this club is the mentality. Yeah. Heads dropped too quickly after that Liverpool game. And that was from the top players as well. Lloris, Kane, the real superstar players. Their heads went as well. They were like, you know what? This is us, isn't it? We're cursed. We lose the Champions League final. We lose big games. This is what we do. And I genuinely believe from that Bergwijn moment, Tottenham never recovered physically and mentally for the rest of the season.
Cool. Mario, before we come to you, because I'm sure you're definitely happy. Got some of the red and blue army out here. Luke Cooper, Palace fan here. He says London is red and blue. Let's keep it real. London is Chelsea and the rest.
Say no more. Hold on.
Bad move to sack early. Not a fan of Jose, but can always pull one in the final.
I say he's a final man. Like the one-off game, Jose is the manager you want. Like he will set up just to win that game. Like I don't care if it's counter attack, I don't care if he pops. I don't care. Win the game. That's all. And Spurs don't do that when it comes to it, man. So.
There you go. Another Palace fan here saying that can't say that the Champions League winners aren't the top of London.
I agree. Yeah.
Jay Taylor.
I hate to say it, but I agree.
Harry has taken the team as far as he can. Needs to move on to a club that can match his ambition. Surely. Interesting. Mario, let's talk Lampard first.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts and feelings about him getting sacked?
I was gutted, man. Obviously, he's a legend, isn't he? So I was fuming, mate. But at the same time, I think it had to happen because the results were getting poorer and poorer. So, and obviously, I don't agree with that manager's sacking. We've got a poor record for it. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, it's proved the right thing to do. So I can't really complain too tough. Do you know what I mean? Although it wouldn't be my method of doing things. I can't really complain with the outcome, really. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. And then, obviously, there was outrage. So be it. Tuchel's come in and he's done an amazing job. What do you think he did to change the whole dynamic of your club?
I think the change to a back three was probably the most important thing he'd done because we were conceding silly goals to silly teams week in, week out as well. Like we were set pieces, stuff like that. We were just giving away way too many stupid goals. So he's obviously come in and shored the defence up. And then I also think the helping of like the wing backs helped us more creatively as well. And it freed up other players in the middle, give them more freedom. Where playing with Jorginho and Kante both holding, it freed up other players to go forward as well. So I don't know why it's something Lampard didn't maybe look at because obviously it worked before with Conte as well. It just having an extra defender just shores things up a bit more, innit? So I would say that's the main thing, really, to be honest.
Cool. Last thing before we start talking more towards this season. Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Can't hit a barnyard door. However, personally, he does so much for your team.
Yeah, he does graft a lot.
You know,
obviously,
how do you feel his season's going to be this year?
Well, it can't be much worse. to be honest with you. But obviously, there's a major confidence issue there, to be honest with you. It's promising that he's still getting in the right positions. I've seen him miss a couple more sitters in pre-season, which is worrying, man, because that ain't a good look. That's not filling me with much hope. But obviously, it looks like Lukaku's coming in as well. That might help him because it might take a bit of pressure off him. But I think everyone deserves at least a second season, like Orcs was saying with Partey as well. I don't think, as he said, the Premier League is a different fucking ball game, isn't it? So I think you've got to give it another season and then see where we're at from there, really. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's.
It's true though. It's true.
Let's move it on to transfer business. So we'll go back to you, Mario. You brought in Lukaku.
Yeah.
Do you think that's enough?
It should be. I don't think we need to strengthen in midfield at all, to be honest with you. I think Havertz would be a bit better this year as well. He seemed to have started picking up towards the end of the season. I know they say he struggles at the start of every season, which I'm not really cool with that, to be honest. Not for that price tag. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we'll probably need another centre back as well. But it looks like they're trying to get that deal for Koundé over the line. I'll be totally honest with you. I do watch Spanish football, but I've not really seen enough of him to know whether that's going to be a good signing or not. The worry there is as well, it's a lot of money. I can see why, because he's young, and it's obviously the value factor there as well. But I don't know. Other than that, I don't think we need too much, to be honest with you. Still a young team, so they should be improving on last season as well. Do you know what I mean?
Cool. Who do you reckon's out the door then for you?
What regarding midfielders or
just in players in general? Who might leave?
Well, I think obviously like the likes of Barkley and people like that are probably going to end up going. He seems like he wants to give Loftus-Cheek another chance, but they're still saying he's still young. He's like mid-20s now, man. I don't know how many more times we can say, "Oh, he's got potential. He's got potential." He'll be retired soon, so I don't know about that. He looks like he's going to try and get rid of a fullback as well. To be honest with you, I'd rather keep Alonso. Although I don't rate him defensively, he does pop up with some crucial goals. Do you know what I mean? These boys will tell you that, the Tottenham guys.
Only turns up for us. I don't know why.
But yeah, no. So I think he'll probably get rid of him as well. I think he'll slowly try and phase Dave out as well as Azpilicueta. Just because obviously he's getting on in that, innit? Yeah, I still rate him, but I just got a feeling he will slowly try and phase him out. I think Champions League final, we actually played Reece James at right centre back and Dave out on the right. So I can see him trying to do that more often as well.
Interesting. Saying that Werner here will actually be the making of him. The fact that Lukaku signed, maybe a focal point to play off. Very interesting.
Can't make him no worse, can he? Surely.
Lukaku's touch is all over the place as well, to be fair. So.
It could be a disaster. Obviously, the worries the price tag and the Chelsea striker curse as well. Do you know what I mean?
Someone said that Lukaku plays in denim jeans and Timberlands.
Mad. Spurs. Nuno's come in. I believe it's Romero over the line and Gil.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is going to be a really interesting season for Tottenham because I think Nuno's come in and here's a manager very much in the mould of Pochettino in terms of, you know, Pochettino was with Southampton before, similar side to Wolves, and then went to a big club. And I think he can't believe he's got a really good opportunity here to make himself now. And, you know, the noises coming out of the dressing room is that, you know, the players have taken to him. They've really warmed to him. They're liking his tactics. They like his vibe. And I genuinely believe, look, I'm not going to say he's going to win us the league. I don't think he will. I think Chelsea and Man City have got too much about them and too much money about them at the moment. But I think realistically, top 4, he could really give us a real good push. You know, he could outmanage certainly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He could, you know, Tuchel and him will go at it. I generally believe, I'm quite optimistic about this season. I think here's a manager with something to prove, with some really good ideas, with a good footballing philosophy, and with a good team. You know, and it, you know, James would say, you know, the first thing that he's come and done, which any Tottenham fan would have to do, is come in and trying to sort out our defence.
100%.
Our defence killed us last season, and he's making all the right moves. I like the look of this goal kick from Atalanta. Obviously, everybody likes the look of Romero. Messi was chirping in the air of Barcelona. Let's get this man on board. So we need another centre back, and there's not much more we need, really. What we need, and James, I'll let you take over after this last one, is we need to get rid of players. I think there's some players there with a really bad energy there who now need to go. Harry Winks, Aurier, Sissoko. These are players who are not going to give us anything more. And look, I'll take 5 million for a lot of them. Not alone for 5 million each. These are players who you just need out the door.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with all of that. Romero, obviously, defense was. I see Eric Dyer on that team sheet. I see Sanchez there. Like, I'm just my weekend's ruined already. You understand? That's what it's like having them two at the back. But I don't know. Sanchez's first season, he was decent. So I think there's a player in Sanchez, but he's a confidence guy. I think he needs a certain guy next to him, and he's all right.
Look, Sanchez always played his best football alongside Alderweireld.
Yeah. Apart from last season. I don't know what's going on last season.
Once
but
his experience alongside him, he plays really, really well.
That's it.
Now, I actually think Romero and Rodon could be the partnership for us.
That could be. I like the look of Rodon. Rodon's looking all right. Again, I think he's a bit raw, a bit young and raw still, but he could form a partnership most definitely. I just don't want Dyer in there. I don't really hate on Tottenham players, but Dyer, nah, man, he's not a centre back. And yeah, the individual errors, they cost us so much. Like, we could be dominating the game, we could be fine, and then we'll just do something stupid, and the whole complexion of the game's changed. So yeah, getting in a top defender, was he was voted Serie A Defender of the Year last year. So he's definitely quality. I saw him a bit in the Copa America as well. Argentina, I don't think conceded every game he played. He missed a couple games. But yeah, he's a really good signing. That's a good start. Obviously, we're spending the money. Gil, again, it's a good prospect. Like, the guys that know about European youngsters and whatnot, they're saying, yeah, Spurs, you got a good one there, and Gil. He's up and coming, he's decent, he's looking all right. So yeah, we'll see how he goes. Obviously, yeah, he was in the Olympics. Again, I saw him in the final. He almost scored a worldie as well, so he's looking all right. Yeah, but I do think, yeah, we still need a couple more bits. Right back, obviously we got Aurier and Doherty there. Doherty's first season, not the best, but again, it's transitional. But the thing is, we've got Nuno now, and we saw what Doherty could do under Nuno, so you never know. It could turn it around for him. Aurier's there. I don't mind Aurier. He can make the odd error, but again, our whole back line is like that. I don't want to single him out. So I would be sad to see Aurier go. I think he's a decent squad player. He could be a second choice. So yeah, that's that with that. Midfield, yeah, Winks. Thanks. Cheers. Thank your service, mate. But he doesn't really, yeah, he's not cutting it. Oliver Skip, he was on loan at Norwich for the whole last season. I think he got voted Championship Player of the Year as well. So he did really well in the Championship.
Season as well. He's had a very good pre-season.
That's it. So give him a run. Let's see what he can do in there. Højbjerg is Højbjerg. Like, that's our Viking, man. He's serious in that midfield. He was a really good signing from last year. Now, Ndombele, that's the guy I'm going to come to and Ali after. But the Ndombele thing now, listen, this guy, quality. He's a quality player. He's a quality player. Like, it just needs unlocking, and the attitude needs to just a little bit, you know? He needs to up the work rate. I think there's a little bit of an agenda against him, certain people in our fan base, but he's definitely a player in him. He's definitely a player there. I think we need to hold on to him. Let's see what he can do. and hopefully can kick on. But I think he found it hard. You know, I don't know if you guys watched the documentary and that on Amazon. I think he found it hard to adjust to being in Britain and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that. I think he's not happy that guys like Sissoko are going to go, but I'm sorry, he's got to be a man about that. Sissoko, again, thanks for your service, mate. Come on out. Dele Alli, though, that's one. I say we cash in at this point.
I agree.
Cash in. He hit such heights first coming to our team and whatnot. He had a 20-goal season even. There was a season when Kane, Son, and Ali all scored X amount of goals, and we're the only team to ever do that in the Premier League. I think have 3 players hit a certain amount of goals. But yeah, he just I don't know, man. It's like he's into fashion now and he wants to be a model. He's a bit like Bellerin, but in the midfield. He doesn't. His head's not in it no more. He doesn't have the desire for it. When Jose first came
He
in,
just desires Pep's daughter at the minute.
well, there's that. Maybe it's her. Maybe it's her. I don't know. Like you know, it can be a distraction. I get it, but I don't know, man. When Jose first came in, I must say, Ali did. It's like Jose. You could see Jose got into him, and Ali, he was our best player. He scored like a couple games running. He was turning it on, but then all of a sudden he just went off the boil, man. So I don't know. Ali, I think we should cash in at this point. I don't know who will buy him because I know Levy will put a ridiculous fee on him, but you know, see how it goes. Who else is there now? Oh, okay. Oh, Mr. Harry Kane. Yeah.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought, because we're all going to chime in on the Harry Kane situation.
No.
Right. Let me just hit a few comments before Alton talks about the business so far. Just a reminder that London is red and blue. Would any of you guys take Martial?
No.
100%. 100%.
Okay. What's going on with Tanganga?
We should keep him. We should keep him and make him our right back. Yeah, I played before Aurier Authority. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. I agree. Definitely, yeah. Young talent. He showed it was all him for the goal that Son scored yesterday. Yeah. That was he muscled a couple man off the ball and whatnot and kept on going. Yeah, it's a good prospect, man.
No problem. What's good, boys? Sorry, I missed you on Saturday. That's all right, mate. How good was Gay? And Mario, thank you for Gay and Conor Gallagher, by the way. Quality players. Gay was immense at the back for us. Could really make a difference in our defense, to be honest.
I didn't get that one. I really didn't get that one. Honestly, when I first read about it, I genuinely thought it was a loan move. I didn't actually read it all properly. It wasn't until we'd gone then I realised, and I thought that was idiotic, man. I think that one might come back and bite us.
Yeah,
especially if we're out there looking for defenders at the minute as well. Just don't make
it's 15 million, which will rise to 20.
Yeah,
I'll take. That's good value on our part, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. What is he? 20, I think, isn't he?
Yeah,
19, 20.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing about that. Romero is Flames. Best move you guys made this summer. Or his waist.
No,
so that is used lots Bellerin.
Disrespect.
Just to that Romario comment, though, sorry, just to go back, the comment was about the director of football. I think that's one of our biggest moves still this summer, to be honest. Taking Levy away from transfer dealings. I don't know what he was doing. I think he's a bit too hard to negotiate with, and to he's always looking for that bargain. And don't get me wrong, he gets a couple of them done, but we can't be doing that for every deal. It's not going to work. Teams are going to get annoyed and pissed off with us. So having a director of football that is known on the scene, like man was Juventus is Juventus, isn't it? Like he knows what he's doing. He's got them connections. He's a bit of a mafia guy. Understand Italian. That's our biggest move, man. Because you can see the difference already. I can see certain stuff that I'm thinking, oh, we're linked with this guy, okay. And boom, the money's there. Like Levy, just give the checkbook to him and let him do his work, and results will come. Hopefully. Yeah.
Cool. Alton, transfer business. She's got Ben White in 50 million, which I think is a bit steep, but
Listen,
Sambi,
baller.
Oh, he's cold. Go on, talk to us about your business.
So right now with what we've got, if the transfer window closed
Here he is.
My guy, Big Mo Spence. Yeah,
Had
the
to come and support, bruv. He
You know
tried
what
to
I
keep me
mean?
in the. He tried to keep me
These
backstage.
men are ganging up on me, bro. See the few ones at the top. No, but I think if the window closed tomorrow, with what we got, I'll be very, very disappointed. I think the business we've done so far is okay, but there are some positions that are vital to fill because our midfield, we don't have a midfield. We have a one-man midfield, and that's Thomas Partey, and that's it. Like, our midfield is horrible. El Neni is a horrible player. We need like Xhaka. I don't mind Xhaka, but he's not good enough to where we want to be. So we need a CM. We need a right back, because the right backs are horrible. We need a attacking midfielder because although I cuss Aubameyang, there's no service. Maybe that's why he's the Gabonese Theo Walcott. Maybe I don't know, but so yeah. But I'm happy with Ben White. I think he's a good player. Carries the ball well, quick, young. Yeah, he's a bit steep with 50 million, but you know how it is with English players, isn't it? To be fair, if his name was, I don't know,
Christian Romero, it would be all right.
if his name was
Strange.
Benjani Thierry or something like that, you know what I mean? You'll be like, "Bro, that's a steal." Do you know what I mean? At 15, I think Lokonga baller, but he's still young and he's still raw, so we can't just throw him in because the Premier League, do you know what I mean? It swallows, man, and it might be too much too soon. And I really like the look of Nuno Tavares as well. He's a bit raw. His passing's a bit shabby, but he's strong. He's got pace. He's got skills. He's got right and left foot. So I think that's a really good signing. To be fair, I think the recruitment is getting better with Arsenal. So hopefully these last 2 weeks or whatever it is of the window, these last 2 to 3 weeks of the window, I think we need to get those other positions covered, man. Oh, goalkeeper as well. We need a new goalkeeper. Leno's too slow from playing at the back.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So right back, goalkeeper, centre mid, attacking midfielder, and if we get rid of Lacazette, a striker. And yeah, I know
There's only a couple of weeks left of the window.
I know it's a lot. That's a lot. But you know what? To be fair, I was saying the other day that the market, is slow. Like, the market's very slow. Like, Arsenal are not the only one. Like, I see people complaining like Arsenal moving too slow, but everybody's moving slow. Like, there's no money. Like, I think Ralph Hasenhüttl said it. Like, everybody's kind of seeing what they can do because there's no one has any P's right now. So so I don't know, man.
Well, we'll bring you in here. We're just discussing obviously Arsenal's transfer business. What's your thoughts on it? And also thoughts on Aubameyang, because Orton had some strong words for him earlier, man.
I think with Aubameyang, he's suffering a little bit with how Arteta's trying to get us to play, and playing as a lone forward in our system currently. You sort of need to be able to do everything as a striker or do everything quite well. And at the moment we have Lacazette, who can drop into the pockets, he can create, he can link up play, but he doesn't get in the box. And we have Aubameyang, who gets in the box, but the stuff that Lacazette's good at, the linking up play, the dropping deep into those positions, he's not very good at. But at the moment there are two strikers, so it's like a situation where we've signed Aubameyang to a new contract. We have to make it work with him. And I believe he's a goal scorer. He scored goals all his career. He had a bad season last season. But I always say Arsenal fans are so quick to forget that the 2 seasons before that, he kept us in Europe. He pretty much kept us in the top half of the table because he was the only one scoring. Do you see what I mean? So I think the bad season he's had, we have to write that off. And it doesn't help with the fact that his own fans writing him off. I just think it's strange, but that's how Arsenal fans are generally. In terms of the transfer business, I believe Ben White's a good signing. 50 million. Everyone says it's steep, but I mean, Liverpool bid 35 million for him last summer and it got rejected. Liverpool were trying to improve the defense that just won the Champions League. So it's strange that people will look at Romero for 55 million, played for Atlanta. I know he won the Copa America this summer, which is fair enough, but there's no problem with signing Christian Romero for 55 million, but signing Ben White's outrageous. It's crazy, but that is just the way that I think English football fans are. I think we always appreciate a foreign player more than we appreciate our own players, and that's just sadly how it is.
Yeah, we've got to jump in there, brother, though, because there is that thing there where people have said, you know, the two clear points about Romero. He was voted Serie A's Defender of the Season.
Yeah,
and that is clear. Ben White wasn't voted the Defender of the Season.
Yeah.
In the Premiership.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wasn't.
Okay.
I'm not even hating on your brother, okay?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if you, like I said earlier, Messi was chirping in the air of the Barcelona president saying, buy this guy.
Yeah, you know, Davinson Sanchez cost you 42.5 million. Just letting you know, yeah? Just letting you know. You paid 42.5 million for Davinson Sanchez about 3 transfer windows ago, who looked fantastic for Ajax in the Europa League final. And he looked like a great signing.
Jose targeted him, you know. Jose did target.
I'm okay. I'm just saying this is just transfer windows. I think we overlook at these things. If it's 50 million, it's 50 million. I think Ben White's going to be a good player. I think he'll be possibly our best defender. And I think that when you look at teams like Liverpool, who went and spent big money on Van Dijk, it improved them vastly. And if they see Ben White as that player that can do that for us, like Spurs see Christian Romero as a player that can do it for them, and Chelsea see Koundé as the player that can do it for them, I just think you go and spend the money. We don't muck around with £20 million centre halves trying to patch up the back line like we have been doing for 4, 5, 6 seasons. Do you see what I mean? That's just my view on it. I look at Ben White. I saw what he done. I really like Leeds, so I followed Leeds in the Championship. I followed them. I followed him obviously at Brighton last season, and I think it's a good signing. Just broke into the England team when no one was expecting it. So there's obviously something there with him. And if he fits us, I say we go with it. That's my opinion on it. In terms of the rest of the business we need to do, we need to really do four more signings, which is crazy, but that's what we need to do. But I have a feeling now, with the window as slow as it is and being at this stage, it's going to have to be 4 or 5 signings over 2 or 3 windows, because we're not going to get all of that business done, which is a shame. But Edu and Arteta are working in a way that Arsenal haven't worked since the Wenger days, years ago. So we have to sort of appreciate that. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on the Arsenal business. We need signings, but the window is so slow. Everyone's trying to get rid of players. No one can get rid of players.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's obviously stopping everything, because when you look at Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Chelsea, how many players have they got to get rid of? There's so much dead wood.
Yeah, in fact, the back page of the Daily Mirror tonight is PSG having a fire sale, putting 10 players up
Yeah, there's
to fund Messi.
Yeah,
So
because
you're right. You know, the market is overpopulated at the moment.
Yeah, for sales.
So, we've just said Tottenham need to sell at least 5 players.
At least.
And I think you're totally made a really good point there. More teams are trying to sell rather than buy at the moment, and they're just starting to take us out there.
I said as well, another thing I said is, I know we're not talking about Crystal Palace today. I said on my podcast that if there was one season where you needed to rebuild a team on the cheap, this is the season. If you need to fill positions with quality players who might have cost 20, 30 million, this season you can pick them up for 10, 12, 15 million.
Yeah.
There's lots out there. There's lots out there to go and pick up and build a decent squad from that you can build on in future years. There's so much quality out there that are sitting around on big wages at clubs and not playing.
Cool. Just quickly on the comments. What's your thoughts on Smith Rowe getting number 10?
I think if he feels he's big enough to take that number, since he's come into the team, I've seen nothing from him that tells me he's not going to be a quality player. So why not give him the number 10?
Oh, so you could take this one. Saliba being loaned out whilst Holding and Chambers remain is a madness. Thoughts?
This Saliba thing don't make no sense to me, man. Honestly. These Arsenal fans act like Saliba's their gal. I don't understand it. These times, 99% of the Arsenal fans have not seen this guy play. They've seen 45 minutes of him, and that was against MK Dons. Yeah. So I don't really understand. Maybe it's the price tag, or what? I don't know. But all I know is that, all right, he's meant to be a top target, yeah. But other than that half that I've seen against MK Dons, I ain't seen this brother. So I just have to trust the judgment of the manager. Remember, it's not even his man either. It's Emery's guy. It's not even Emery's guy. It's flipping
Sanlehi.
Sanyeli's guy. Like, so if he's not cutting the mustard, he's not cutting the mustard. So I don't really understand all of this hoo-ha about him getting a chance, because if he gave him a chance and then he's dead, he comes in and he makes mistakes and he's dead. Remember, this is the Premier League. Then Arsenal fans are just going to be like, "Oh, why are you playing him? We should have loaned him out." And this, so it just doesn't make any sense. Listen, when he comes back next season, if he does well this season, he comes back next season, he plays, or he gets into the squad, and we see how it goes. If they sell him, just make sure we recoup the money that we bought for him, and we move, man. Like, listen, Arsenal, all football clubs are bigger than their players. You get me? So people come, people go, man. But the football club will just move on. Do you know what I mean? I don't really understand all of this working for William Saliba, and I don't really understand it, to be honest. So to be fair, I saw him when he was at Nice, when he first went to Nice, and the first game they got absolutely peppered. So I was just like, but nobody's ever going to talk about that. You know what I mean? So, and then last night, I know they won 3-2, but they was 2-0 down. So I don't hear these Arsenal fans now talking about his performance in the first half last night. I don't hear it. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's no balance with Arsenal fans, man. It makes me sick.
Right. We're going to move on to the heavy stuff now. Start with Mario. Thoughts on Harry Kane situation?
It's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? Obviously, he's tried to stay there. I think he should have left 2-3 seasons ago, if I'm totally honest. So you can't say the geezer ain't been fair. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can see him end up staying now. Anyway, I don't actually think he's going to go. Levy's going to play hardball. See, if City wanted to pay that money, if they wanted him, they would have paid it already. So I don't know if they don't think he's worth it. Obviously, money's not really an object to them, is it? So. But I can see Kane ending up staying, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't know what the whole story was around him not turning up for training and all that shit last week. I don't know. Like, I've read a few different things, so I don't know what that was all about, to be fair. But Levy ain't going to let him go cheap. I can't see City don't want to pay the amount that they want for him, so I think he's going to end up there. It's just then how it's that from then, isn't it?
If he was available, would you have him over Lukaku?
Oh yeah, all day long. All day long. He's like, yeah, I think he'll bring more to us and he'd suit our style of play more. But yeah, obviously that never happened, would it? So it's just one of those if question. But yeah, no, I would definitely have done.
Arsenal lads, why do you think he wants to leave?
Kane.
Yeah.
To win competitions. It's fair. Listen, he's been the top striker in the Premier League for the last 4 or 5 seasons, or one of the top strikers in the Premier League. He's always up there with his numbers. And I just think that at this stage in his career, turning 28, now's the time to start delivering the trophies, whether it be in the Premier League or outside. He obviously wants to join Man City. And I think that at this stage, it's fair. He should be sent packing with applause, because he's given Spurs a lot. And the simple fact is that the club has let him down, really, because they haven't signed the players, they haven't got the manager that's been able to deliver them a trophy. So it's you don't want to keep a player around your club that doesn't want to be there. As much as Tottenham players think that Levy he should play hardball or what they think he should do. You just never want a player that don't want to be there. And I think in Kane's case, it's a player that doesn't want to be there for the right reasons. And I think that's fair enough.
Yeah. He has to leave. He's got to go, man. He's got. To be fair, he might win a trophy this year if he does stay at Spurs still, because they're the Europa Conference League, isn't it? They're favourites for that.
Hold on. No.
Also, remember, he has won silverware anyway. He won the Audi Cup, remember? So, but yeah, if he actually wants to if he actually wants to retire and be known as a serious guy, he needs to get the hell out of there. Yeah, because they ain't winning nothing serious. They're not winning the league.
That's what I mean. As Tottenham fans, are you going to challenge for major trophies in the next 3 seasons? Say,
can I?
That's just my opinion. That's just my thing. When you got to the Champions League final, at that point
without Kane.
Without Kane, but that was the opportunity there. That's where you needed to push on, and that's where from that platform you should have gone on to challenge for the Premier League and challenge again for the Champions League. And I think the regression is so much that there's not enough time left in Kane's career for him to get back to that level, especially with Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea strengthening the way they do. It's very difficult to get back into that mix.
Yeah, no, you've really hit a really good point. And picking up on that, Tottenham, talking about team strengthening, we have never strengthened, and we've always been behind the 8 ball when we went 2 transfer windows without signing a player.
Yeah.
At this level, that just can't happen. That simply cannot happen at an elite level of a sport where you're trying to keep up with the big boys. 2 transfer windows where you don't sign anybody will always come and bite you back on the arse. I'm in the camp of the Spurs fans who believe no player is bigger than the club.
Yeah.
If Manchester City come tomorrow and say, here's 150 large, I'm taking it all day long. All day long. Because I agree with your sentiment. Never keep a player around the club who wants to go. And it's quite clear he does want to go. He's going to say, they're my boyhood club and all this sort of stuff. He wants to go. He wants to go to City. He wants proper dollar. And to be fair to him, he wants to win a couple of trophies. Fair shout, knock yourself out. Other players have done that. We've seen other players leave so-called big clubs and gone on. He's seen his top mate, Kyle Walker, go and do it. He's just spent the Euros with Kyle Walker. And Kyle Walker's gone, look, bruv, look what I've got on my mantelpiece. We were at Tottenham together. I've been gone 3 years. My mantelpiece is broken because I haven't got room for what I want to see. So he's seen that firsthand. So he's like, you know what? I want that now. And my only problem is the way City have gone about it. You want this player. You've just spent 100 large on Grealish. Like, that deal was done within 24 hours. 24 hours that deal was done. So do the same with Tottenham. Give us 150 large. You know what he's worth. Otherwise, shut up and go away. And that's what I'm angry about City for.
He's not worth 150.
But Grealish had a release clause. That's the only difference in that. But I understand. I just think for a 28-year-old, they're looking at it and thinking 150 million. There's no return on it. I think a fair price is probably around in between 130. So if you don't want 160, Man City are saying 100. Obviously a liberty, but I think right in the middle of that's fair. In my opinion.
But what I will say, there are 4. It's just turned 28. There are 4 really good seasons left in him till he gets 32, 33. Because his game's not all about pace. His game is about reading the pitch. You saw him dropping back, pinging balls around. Just being in the right place at the right time. So the one thing you do lose when you get older is pace, but that's not going to affect him because that's not his game. So you are going to get 4 really top-level seasons out of Man City, out of Harry Kane. So pay us good dollar, otherwise, like I say, walk.
James, you've been sitting there patiently. Does this whole thing with Kane prove that Tottenham's not a big club?
First of all, I think we should sell him. Sell him at this point. The whole not turn up to training thing, that's I think it's disgusting as a professional. Like,
so can I say this is good business, by the way.
All I'm saying is guys like Sergio Aurier's brother got murdered. Man didn't miss training. Man played the next match. You understand? Jan Vertonghen his family got robbed when we were playing in the Champions League. His family got robbed at like knife point or gunpoint or whatever it was. Did he miss training? No. Harry Kane, whoever's advised him to do what he's done, is a clown, because he could have easily sat down. He did an interview with Gary Neville anyway before the final as well, which is another thing, that's when I started to lose. I lost ratings from that. But he could have sat down, done an interview with whoever, Spurs TV, Gary Neville, Sky Sports, I don't care, Gary Lineker, whatever. Sit down, do an interview and say, listen, Spurs fans, I love you. I appreciate how far I've come in my career with you lot, but I want to go on and challenge for the bigger trophies, blood. If he had done that, Tottenham, we wouldn't grudge him. We would say, you know what, cool, like this guy he's the best striker in the Premier League, if not one of the best strikers in the world. What can we say? We are Spurs, like fair enough, we get it, we understand. So if he had just come out and been, straight and honest about it, I think it would be fine. Now,
But James, what about Gareth Bale? What about Luka Modric? What about the long list of players that
them man didn't miss training. Them man didn't miss training. Even Berbatov didn't miss training.
Yeah, but
them
they
man sat on the bench soaking, cool, but they didn't miss training. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
To me,
Can I just say, there's no loyalty in football.
There's not.
When the team doesn't want a player, the player has to go and train with the under 23s. So when a player does it, why is everybody in uproar?
But he didn't turn up. Like it's not like he's doing slave laboring. This guy's getting paid still. He's getting paid.
Yeah.
He's one of our highest paid players. Don't get twisted.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do. This is
But
your
I see his point, because you're not letting down the club. You're not letting down the people who you're trying to let down. You're letting down your teammates and you're letting down the fans. Really, you're not even affecting the club.
He's giving the fans everything, though. He's giving them everything.
But he won a trophy with us.
He's giving them everything, and he's got nothing in return.
He ain't giving everything because, again, like, I'm sorry, man forced himself back into the team. I don't know why Poch did that, but Champions League final, okay, in hindsight, you can say, oh, it's easy to say that, but still, like, we got through Man City and we got through Ajax without Harry Kane in the team. He come back at 30% fit. Liverpool rubbed their hands, said, yeah, thank you very much. And we were dud in that final with Harry Kane there. So all this stuff about, he's given a Tottenham a match ambition, we've been in countless semi-finals, couple finals, Champions League final, Tottenham Hotspur, Champions League final. So to say that we haven't matched ambition, to me, is a bit, okay, if you really think so. But if you want to go, fair enough. The major point
Let me ask you a question, yeah?
Go on.
If you was being mistreated at work, yeah?
He's not being mistreated. How are we mistreating Harry Kane? How are we mistreating Harry Kane? The guy's injured every season. We give him good medical care. This guy's ankle. We still stand by this guy. Like,
so okay. If Levy said, you know what, give us one more season, then you can go, yeah. And then the season's come and gone, and he still can't go. What would you do?
Bro, he's got 3 years left on his contract. It's a contractual thing here.
There's no loyalty in football. There's no loyalty in football.
He's getting paid. No one told him to sign a 6-year contract when he did. And if he did, and he didn't put a clause in it, talk to your agent, bro. Talk to your agent and have it out of him. Cause that's your problem. You understand? What Grealish? I don't know if you lot saw the Villa chairman, and he come on and he did the whole video. He showed what Villa did with Grealish. Now, what I think we should do personally, I think City are trying to get him a cut price. So to stop that happening, sit down with him now. Say, you know what? We'll up your wages a little bit. We're gonna redo your contract, and we're gonna put the clause in there saying, if a Champions League team comes in for you for 150 mil, you can go. That's fine. But as it is right now, you've got 3 years left. We don't have to sell you. I don't care if you want to go to Mars, bro. Sit down and do what you're doing. Play football, bro. You understand what I mean? One of these guys made a point earlier on. Like, you never know this season. You never know what could happen. It's like, we've got a decent squad. Our squad is not rubbish. You understand? Son sat down and signed the thing. Son is signed up right now. Son gives his all. That guy, like, come on. Some people will argue Son's bigger for us than Kane.
Some argue that he has no ambition.
What's that?
Some argue that he has no ambition.
No, well, not. But again, like, listen, we're almost a top 4 team. We're on the brink of it now and again. We get, like I said, we get to domestic cup finals. We get to domestic cup semi-finals on a regular basis. We were constantly in the Champions League for a couple of years. If you come to Spurs, people can see what we're trying to build here. Look, our stadium, we've got the best stadium in the world football-wise. I don't care what no one tells me. That stadium, wonderful. So we're trying to get on the levels of the United, the Arsenal. Arsenal are big enough. We're trying to get on level with Arsenal. We're trying to get on level with Liverpool. We're trying to get there, but we're not quite there yet. It's a project. It's gonna take time. It can't be bought like how City buy and how Chelsea buy. We can't do that. We're not got owners like that are gonna spend. So I think it's a bit fickle to sit there and Kane to not turn up to training to force a move. Bro, they didn't even bid for you yet. Like, relax. The Euros maybe got him a bit, I don't know. And his brother's his agent, apparently, innit? So I think it's his brother trying to get the payday as well. They need to just be a bit more professional about it. I think it's tainted it a little bit for Spurs fans now. Like, I don't really see how he comes back from this unless he comes out and says some mad story. But it's not that. You tried a thing. It didn't work. Come back, do your job, bro. If you want to go next season. But we need to be compensated because he's got 3 years left in his contract.
Exactly.
He's not going for no cut price 100 million to get that talk there. Nah, play football, bro. Like 150 or stop. That's it.
Cool. All right. Let's move on to next season. What I want us to do is say where your club's going to finish, and say where the other London clubs, like so Tottenham and Spurs or Arsenal, are going to finish in the league. Who finishes above who? Mario.
I reckon we'll finish runners up. I still think we've got a bit of a way to go to catch City, to be honest. Obviously, United have strengthened as well. They're going to be a much better side this year. I think it's probably still a bit too soon for us to win it. The consistency over the season, obviously, Champions League is a bit different because it's more sort of one-off games, isn't it? I don't know if we'll have that consistency to win it this season, but I reckon we can go close. Can't really be further away from City than we were last season, to be fair. And that goes for everyone else that finished in the top 4 as well. Everyone was miles off what City were. I think Leicester were the best to challenge them. But yeah, Tottenham probably.
Chelsea finished second.
Yeah.
Where Tottenham finishing?
Tottenham are going to be lucky to get top 6, especially if they lose Kane. But we don't know what's going to happen with that. And then Arsenal, I'm not really sure. It depends who comes in. They've still got a lot of strengthening to do. But to be honest with you, I don't really see Arsenal or Tottenham breaking into the top 4, not this season.
Rich, I'll just jump in because I've got to shoot, mate.
Yeah, no problem.
I think we will struggle to get top 4. Obviously, I want it, but I think we're going to get 6 again, 5th or 6th. I think Chelsea will be 2nd or 3rd. I think Man City are going to win it again at a canter. My one, and it is interesting because they're our rivals, and I really don't care about them. But I actually think West Ham are going to have a better season than Arsenal. I think both our Arsenal pundits have said it. Arsenal's rebuild is actually the biggest of the London clubs. They've both said Arsenal need at least 5 or 6 players in real crucial areas. I.e., right back. You mentioned centre mid and centre defensive midfielder. I think Arsenal are going to have a horror season. And this is not me even saying it as a Tottenham fan, hating on Arsenal. I don't think you've got the best manager in the world. And I generally think you've got such a weak team. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be generally worried. I think they're going to have a sort of Southampton, Aston Villa type season. I really do. But I think Chelsea are the London team to watch. I think Palace will have a better season than Arsenal. I generally believe that. I think Arsenal are in a real bad place at the moment with their manager, with their current squad, with their centre forward. And, of course, secretly delights me. I'm a Spurs fan. But as a football fan, you want to see a strong London and you want to see a strongish Arsenal. And I think Arsenal are in a really bad place. But it's 6 for me, for Tottenham. And it's been lovely talking to you, boys. But I've got to quickly run and pick someone up from the train station.
No problem. Thanks for jumping on, Macca. Oates, what you got to say to that then?
God. So sorry, what is it? Where I think Arsenal are going to finish, yeah? Or who's going to win the league?
No, where Arsenal are going to finish, where Spurs will finish, where Chelsea will finish.
Right, okay. So I feel that Chelsea will be 2nd. Yeah, I feel like Chelsea are going to be 2nd because I feel like City are going to win it. Spurs. I reckon that Spurs will finish 5th. No, sorry, I reckon Spurs will finish 6th. and Arsenal, it really depends. If we don't fulfill the majority of these key areas, like the centre midfield and the number 10, then we can finish anywhere from 10 going down. Yeah. However, if we get some real quality in those areas that really needed, I think that we could possibly sneak into the top 4 at the expense of Liverpool. Because I really feel like Liverpool, like their cycle is coming to an end. I feel like they bought one player. They didn't have the best of seasons last year. I just feel like every team has their time. I think they've had their time, and now they didn't capitalize enough on their success, and they've kind of just didn't invest enough. So yeah. I don't agree with my man saying that Palace are going to have a better season than us, but yeah. So for Arsenal,
I will take that compliment. Boy, I was thinking
for Arsenal, I think it's either going to be a surprise top 4, or we're going to have an absolute horrid season because, like, I think it's like 80% of our team is exactly the same as last year. So if last year is anything to go by, then we're in for a long, long, horrible season. But we'll have to see.
James.
Boy, I think realistically, 5th, 6th. Realistically, for the title, I think this season is very open. To be fair, I don't think City is going to go back to back. In the Charity Shield, I know not all the whole team was out, but I don't know, man. Because I think Champions League is going to be their focus. To be honest, that's my thing with City. Chelsea getting the car. There's certain man watching. I don't even want them to hear this, but Chelsea getting Lukaku. I think they're the most complete team, like from front to back. So I feel Chelsea might win it this year. Liverpool, it'll be tough to write them off as well. Again, Van Dijk's back. Their front three, we know what they can do. Jota's in there as well now. United as well. I think United they're kind of going under the radar with it. Varane's massive for them. I think having him and Maguire and stuff, they're going to be showed up at the back and stuff. So I think it's just at the top's wide open. That top 4, Leicester's still swimming about. We've got us, Arsenal. Again, I'm gonna be like sensible about it. I think having no European football for Arsenal is going to help them out. As a Spurs man, I know what it's like. They're playing them Thursday nights, it destroys your season. It destroys it. Playing Sunday every week, picking up them little injuries, you got to travel. It can have a massive knock-on effect on your season. So I think not having that commitment there for Arsenal, I think it will save Arteta to a degree. Every week you got a whole week to prepare for everybody. Yeah, I think Arsenal they're not gonna be that bad. I don't think they're gonna finish on 10th and stuff. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, Villa looking good. Their signings look decent, but can they put it all together? That's to be seen. But yeah, I think title-wise, I'm gonna say Chelsea. I don't want to say that, but I'm gonna say Chelsea. And Palace, I want to see what Vieira does still. I want to see what he does, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been impressed with what we've been doing in pre-season, to be honest, but it's the league where it counts, to be honest. Moses?
I still think that it's still so early to really predict these things, because I still think that so many teams have got to do a lot of business. The Kane thing's obviously massive for both Spurs and Manchester City. So I think that's a big part of how the top 4 will play out. It'd be interesting to do the same sort of conversation once the window's closed. You have a better idea. But I think if Arsenal if they get 3 players in those areas that they need, 3 more players now, I think top 4, I think it's going to be difficult. But I think we get back into Europe. If we do get into the top 4, it could be Liverpool that we knock out. But it all depends on the players that we sign. I think if Spurs lose Harry Kane, I don't think they have a chance of finishing in the top 4. I think that's so big for them, and I can't see how you replace that I mean, he was the top goals and assists in the Premier League last season. It's not easy,
So look,
you know. It's not easy. So I think that's so big for Spurs. If they sell him and they get another striker in, I still think Spurs get into Europe again. Europe get back into Europe. 5th or 6th, Arsenal and Spurs, and I think Chelsea win it. They were my early shout. I think the signing of a big name striker was what they needed, and for me, Chelsea win it. I don't think Man City win it again this season. For me, I think Chelsea win it. I just think the 20, 25 goals Lukaku brings you, along with what they do, they're so tight at the back. They play a formation which is very difficult to play against. And I think that when you do that and you're beating the small teams, when it comes to the big games and you have players like Lukaku that can win them for you, it makes a big difference. And if Man City started slow last season and he's making the same noises, Foden out, Kevin De Bruyne out, having to integrate Grealish in, we know he never just throws players straight in there from the first time they join the club. It's a process with Pep, and I just think that the way Tuchel plays suits Lukaku, and Lukaku is the type of the level of striker that they needed to win the title. So I think Chelsea win the title, and I think Spurs and Arsenal make it back into Europe, whether it be Champions League or Europa League. I'm not sure.
Right.
So Spurs and Arsenal.
I'll chip in. Oh, have you done Spurs and Arsenal yet?
Yeah. No, I was saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I said Chelsea and Arsenal. So I just saying. I mean, Spurs and Arsenal back into Europe.
Right. I reckon Chelsea win the league. I think that Lukaku signing was huge, massive for them. Spurs. If Kane leaves, 7th. If he stays, 6th. Arsenal. See, if Aubameyang doesn't score, this could be a problem for them. A massive problem for them. Could be another 8th. But if Aubameyang can get scoring again, they might push 5th.
Can I just say, yeah, I know, like I said, that Arsenal can finish anywhere from 10th going down, yeah, with the current squad, but just remember, yeah, the second half of the season from Christmas, yeah, we literally was like the 3rd best team, we had the 1st best defensive record, and scored the 3rd most goals in the league, and was only 6 points off the top. So, although I do think that we need new players, I think Arteta is good enough to make the most out of these players that we do have. It's just I don't know. Maybe with the Europe that we had as well, maybe it was just all too much. I don't know.
Fair dues. All right, let's end on the actual real topic. What colour is London? Who's the biggest club? Who is the biggest club in London?
This is a mad question.
but it ain't red. It ain't red. That's not red.
It's a mad. I'll tell you what's a mad question, Rich. Yeah, because are you talking about present day or are you talking about like historic? Are we like historic?
Just talk. Bring it all into the fold.
All right. Well,
let's talk about this.
Yeah, people could say Chelsea because they're European champions and stuff like that, but neither of these men, to be fair, none of you lot have got more history than Arsenal. Like trophies, this history, like so. Therefore, really and truly, London is red. London is red.
You lot don't even have a European trophy, mate. Even Spurs have got that.
You got that.
Even Spurs have got that. Not a European Cup, but we got UEFA Cup. You even got that.
All right. Well, you lot dwell on that trophy from back in 1765. Yeah?
I was 1970 something. I was 1980 something. But still,
right. We'll talk about the FA Cup that we won season before last year, and then the FA Cup before that, and the one before that, and the leagues and stuff like that. So historically, Arsenal are probably then followed by Chelsea. Yeah, but Chelsea's history is also very, very small. Yeah, before they got bad, man, then we're going to get sold for £1, or there was going to, you know what I mean? So let's put this all into perspective and have some respect here. Yeah, Arsenal are London is red. We're the biggest club in London. London is red. It will always be red. North London is red. London is red. I have to hold my hands up right now. Chelsea are doing their thing, but historically, you have to say London is red. Mo?
Oh, sorry. Is it, I was out. Sorry. No, I mean, if we're talking about now, London is blue. Chelsea are the best team in London now. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. They win leagues, one league every 2 or 3 years. Champions League consistently at the final stages. I think if we're talking biggest club, I think probably Arsenal in terms of biggest club. But Chelsea, like if we're talking about right now, I know it's red or white. It's neither. So that conversation needs to be ended immediately because at the moment, both the clubs in North London ain't saying a great deal at all. Do you know what I mean? I know we've won a few FA Cups and that keeps us in, maybe in the conversation. We've won trophies, and that's not even a disrespect to Tottenham. Spurs can never say that because they just do not have the trophies to back it up. And this is just being real. It's not. It's not. I'm not one of them fans who I'm trying to have a go at Spurs because they're our main rival. That's just the fact of it. And another fact is that Arsenal ain't in the conversation because there's no Champions League at the moment, and it's not looking like it's coming. And Chelsea go and win the league or the Champions League every 2, 3, 4 years. So that they're the facts. So it's not red or white.
North London's white. North London's white.
Well, at the moment,
yeah.
If you're talking about the five seasons in the Champions League, making North London white, that's absolutely crazy because we could just say Arsenal went 20 seasons in a row.
I never won it.
22.
You've been to the same amount of finals, mate.
Yeah,
in a quarter of the time.
So you went.
Did you win it?
You went to.
Lads, sorry, 1 second. Mario, we're just gonna jump out. Let them.
No. So you won. So you can't claim anything unless you have a trophy. You have none. So that's just it.
Historically, we have trophies. Just
no. In the last 25 years, you can't come with a League Cup and start talking about any areas your colour. It's not look. I'm not even. This is just strictly down to the facts. I get that the last few seasons you qualified for the Champions League and you got to the Champions League final, which is fantastic. But what I'm saying is that you can't be saying that football is about winning trophies, and whether it's 4 FA Cups against your 1 League Cup in the last 10 years we're going by.
You can't compare. You can't compare the Coca-Cola Cup to Premierships and FA Cups and things like that. It just doesn't stack up.
You man have gone from invincibles to not even in Europe no more. Like, and the fact that you're shouting FA Cup, again, like I said, you lot were invincibles, even though you drew like 12 games in that season.
Still didn't lose.
You lot were invincibles.
Yeah.
You since then. Bruh, FA Cups, what's that really and truthfully? You said 25 years in Champions League. You lot said 25 years in Champions League. You didn't win it once.
Yeah, agree.
If Tottenham in the Champions League for 25 years, we're winning it. I'll tell you that for free. We're winning it. We're winning it at least once.
Well, you've been in the Premier League for 20. How long in the Premier League? 10, 20, 31 years. No Premier Leagues. You've been in the League Cup 31 years, 1 or 2. You've been in the FA Cup 31 years.
We're not Spurs, mate. Listen. You're a bigger club than us, but still, that being said, North London is currently white.
We must be going by whose striker scores the most goals. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you can be going by. Whose striker scores the most goals? It's Harry Kane. Okay, so that means that North London is right because everything else,
it don't stack up.
Everything else, it don't stack up.
It don't stack up. You know what I mean? You got man coming to your stadium, banging 7, and then tweeting after the game saying that London is red.
Hold on a second. You lot can't be talking about those Champions League banging 7, bro. What did Bayern do to you, man? Like Bayern did it twice in a row to you, man.
Yeah, that was the wrong fight, man. We shouldn't have picked that.
Back to back. Champions League and
That
Bayern
fight.
7 to Bayern Munich. You man, Bayern Munich twerked on you, man, 2 seasons in a row.
Regular fight.
In a row.
Regular fight.
Nah.
Horrible times. Horrible times. But yeah, that just my opinion is that okay, if you had one Premier League in that time, or you were going and winning, the odd domestic cup, I'd hear that argument. But when Arsene Wenger was saying top 4 is like a trophy, we were getting bantered. Yeah, but now top 4 makes you the biggest club in your area. That's what we're saying.
I understand that, but I only think you lot got bantered for that because again, you lot were at the days when Wenger was going at it with Ferguson. Yeah, them days again, Arsenal, like you were the team in the country. You understand? So to be saying, "Oh, I'm happy with top 4," that's like you're not showing the same amount of ambition no more because you were up there, and then to say, "Oh, top 4 is like a trophy," like it sounds a bit mad, doesn't it? But this is my whole argument. Sometimes it's like comparing Tottenham and Arsenal is mad because we are very different clubs in terms of size and recent history. So the fact that we're even in a conversation with you, man, I'm happy with that alone because 15 years ago, you think I could be sitting here with you, man, talking about Spurs? Like, I'll get laughed out of the room. You understand? So, yeah, the fact that we come that far along, we've even. I didn't think I would see Spurs in the Champions League final in my lifetime. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought I would see the day. So, yeah, man. Who knows? In the next 10 years, we're set up nice, man. Like I said, stadium, money's gonna start flowing. Obviously. Yeah, man, we just need to step it up on the pitch a little bit. I think we're gonna go places, man. I think our future's brighter than yours. That's what I'm gonna say, personally. That's what I'm saying.
Mario, you waited patiently. Obviously, you're gonna say London is blue,
Of course.
but for you personally, who's the bigger club, Arsenal, Tottenham?
Arsenal. Tottenham I've always considered as a bit of a joke, to be honest. So.
Mario. Man used to call White Hart Lane 3-point lane. Disrespect.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. And that was even before Roman's money.
Hasselbank days and them thing, their flow. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I was sitting there. I know this. Here's what it is. You mentioned the popcorn there, like this.
I knew I was going to enjoy this one.
Yeah.
All right. Just to finish off, let's have a bit of fun. If you were to take any player from either side, so if it's Arsenal, pick one player from Chelsea and one player from Spurs, who would it be? And then we'll do it the same for Mario and for James.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go on.
Right, it's got to be Harry Kane from Spurs, no doubt. From Chelsea, trying to think. Right back. I don't even know. From Chelsea, based on what we need right now, I would take maybe Kovacic or Reece James, based on the fact we need them 2 positions. Trying to think of who I've missed in the 10. Havertz, maybe Mason Mount as well. No, Mason Mount, definitely. Mason Mount, I'll take. Mason Mount and Harry Kane. Both of them.
Alt.
I'll definitely take Reece James because we need a right back, and I think he's a very good right back. And then, like Mo said, based on what we need, maybe Jorginho. Who did you say, Mo?
I said Kovacic, Mount, or Reece James.
I'll go Jorginho and Reece James because I feel
No,
like the way that,
one from Chelsea and one from Spurs.
I'll take Reece James from Chelsea and then from Spurs. Yeah. Let's say Harry Kane's not there anymore. It's got to be Son. Son's a bad boy. Son's an absolute bad boy. But yeah, so I'm gonna say Son.
Mario?
Obviously, it came from Tottenham. From Arsenal, I don't really know. If I had
You're Rich, man, getting disrespected.
to pick one, I'd say.
Nah, Rich, listen,
You'd have to pay him.
I might not come back here again because man, the disrespect.
Listen, the comment section is disrespecting Arsenal and a mad thing. Like,
If I had to take one, I'd probably say Smith Rowe. But at the moment, you couldn't pay me to take anyone from Arsenal. To be honest,
Over Saka.
I don't rate. I don't know, man. I'm not sure about Saka still. I'm still not sure.
You don't rate Saka.
He's got potential, but I don't know.
English hype. English hype.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm still not overly convinced on him.
On who? I missed that.
Sorry. You're saying that Saka's English hype?
A little bit. He's decent. I'm not saying he's rubbish or not. I'm not saying he's. But I just think, again, the kind of season you man had last year, you're looking for a shining light, and Saka was that shining light. Like, he was all right, but he ain't walking into the Chelsea team. He ain't walking into the Spurs team. He ain't walking into the Liverpool team. He ain't walking into City's team.
Saka isn't walking into Spurs' team.
No, he's not. No.
Oh, hold on. Are you talking to me about Lucas Moura and them boys? Spurs boys.
Come on, Saka, bro. Brazilian international.
Eric Lamela.
Lamela's gone, by the way. Lamela's not Spurs man no more.
What are you talking about? Lo Celso? Like, who are we talking about? Who's the man that...
Different positions, so they're not. We don't need no Saka.
Saka will play better than Lo Celso wherever you play Lo Celso, bro. Trust me. Left back, right back, centre midfield, right wing, left wing. He'll play better than Giovanni Lo Celso, bro. Trust me. Don't worry about it. Just cut out the rivalry thing and just see what way it is, bro.
Like I said, he's a prospect, but I think the hype is can we agree this? Like, this happens with a lot of English youngsters. Like, they get gassed very quickly. And they turn out to be like Wilcott is like a prime example of it. Like, I remember
Dele Alli.
And I agree. I would say Ali as well. Like, I would say that. Like, the English tax in it. Like, so I think Saka. I'm scared. I want him to do well. Don't get me wrong. For England, but
you need to see more.
Yeah, man. Like I just feel like he got projected up there because you lot had such a bad season that you want to shine a light. Do you get what I mean? That's what I mean by that. I'm not saying he's rubbish. He's a decent player, but.
Rich, who is Hamza a Chelsea fan? The guy talking.
He's a Man United fan.
Oh, okay, cool. Just checking.
Makes sense.
Just checking.
You know, I've actually dropped the link because I'll be interested to see if he or any of us who's been on the comments actually want to come in and chat about this.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, James.
Wait, okay, Chelsea. I'm taking Kante. Like, he's a different class, man. Like, he just knocks down midfield, like, ridiculous.
Yeah,
so,
I forgot about him.
Okay,
I forgot about him.
I'm saying that's because deep. They got a squad.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
I was saying bloody Kovacic. Oh my god! Sorry, I take that back. Kante.
Kante
you know the thing with Kante, right? At the start of this season, a lot of people are writing him off. He's done. Like, he's done. You know, he's done. And then at the end of the season, people are saying, like, if France win the Euros, it's Ballon d'Or talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how quick, like, fans are to write people off.
Yeah.
You know, a few injuries and half a bad season, and you're done. Like, you're done. You're not. You're on your way down. But Kante's a prime example.
Yeah, man. I agree with that one. Definitely Kante. I like the Mendy, the keeper was all right as well. He's been good. He come in and he hit the ground running with you lot. But yeah, Kante is the choice for Chelsea. Arsenal. This is so hard to answer for me, man. Arsenal, I'm not even, and again, it's not even a rivalry banter thing. Like, it's actually, again, I've got to think about what we have, and again, what you have, and like, I ain't taking no strikers, I ain't taking no defenders, I ain't taking your goalkeeper.
You wouldn't take Gabriel.
You must say, man. No, not because we got Romero now. So no. He's all right.
So
But
who's it gonna be? Romero and Davinson Sanchez.
I'd rather Sanchez right now. Still, I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather Sanchez. At least we know what we got with him. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Partey, it'll probably have to be him. But then that's at a push. Again, he wasn't injured ever at Atletico Madrid, was he? But now he's come Arsenal. He's been injured all the time. So it's a bit. Can he step up to the English game? Isn't it? Maybe it's the Premiership. I don't know, but it would be Partey at a push. But yeah, Gunnosaurus. There you go.
Mad.
If Arsenal finish in the top 4 this season, yeah, there's going to be nothing to talk about in podcasts because all people talk about is how bad Arsenal are.
I'll talk about VAR and how you.
Arsenal finish in the top 4 this season, Rich. Yeah, you have to drop the same links to the same man because I want apologies. Yeah, I want apologies from everybody.
And I want Hamza in here as well.
Hold on. Before,
Here he come.
Arsenal. You know what? If Arsenal finish top 8, I will clap for them because like I don't see them honestly finishing top 8. I swear I don't. I genuinely don't. I think Crystal Palace might finish above Arsenal.
come on.
Hamza, you've forgotten quickly about the Louis van Gaal and David Moyes days, boy. But it's all right though. It's all right because you're back up there. There's plenty.
Yeah, but we're now living. But you're now living in the bad days. You've been living in the bad days for a whole lot of time. Last season you finished 8th. You didn't finish in that Conference League.
Yeah.
You didn't finish in that Conference League.
Tell them.
Hamza, when was the last
And
time
the
you
FA Cup that you were always happy about, you didn't win it last season. So jog on.
Hamza,
You didn't win the
how
trophy last
many years
season.
since United won a trophy?
What?
How many
Yeah,
years
2
since
years.
United?
Yeah, 2 years. But you know what? What we're playing? We're playing in Europe, Champions League. But
2 years since you won what? A
you're
trophy?
playing, but you're now what?
How long since Man United last won a trophy?
Yeah, I'm telling you, who's playing in the Champions League this season? Oh, we're playing in Europe, and you know what? What you're playing? You're playing in the Carabao Cup.
But you didn't answer the question. I said, how long since Man United last won silverware?
Yeah, 2 years, and
Not
you
2
won
years. Big
the
man,
most
listen, it's not 2 years,
and
but
you won-
7 years.
7 years we didn't win the trophy. Then what did we? Then what's
Europa.
the Europa League that we got? The FA
Yeah.
Cup.
And League Cup thing. They won
Yeah,
Europa
how many years
League
ago was that?
under Mourinho.
Yeah, and how long you didn't win the Premier League or Champions League or you even competed in anything? Like what are you talking about? You're not even in the top 6.
Hamza's got good points, mate. He's got good points.
Listen, Man United have not won any silverware in the last what?
Man United fan, and you're finishing 8th. We've got
These men are,
we've got
it
200
doesn't matter. Listen,
we've got 2 of the best
8
players.
You haven't won anything. You haven't won
We've got
nothing.
2
You
of
haven't won nothing. So what does it even matter?
No, hold on. Somebody's
Hold on.
These men think that top one's a
Hamza, one
trophy.
second.
It's not a trophy.
Oh, it's 1 second. This is actually a mad comment, because you know what? Hamza probably wasn't even born when Arsenal had their
Oh god! And you know what? Hold this out. Ben White for 50 million and Rafa Varane for 34 million. We've got one of the best centre backs in the world.
Hamza,
For less than 40 million.
Hamza, listen to me, yeah. You absolutely cannot talk about transfer fees. Coming in, cuss Arsenal. but the 53 million for Fred, yeah. And if I start listing them off, if
No.
I start listing off the
Hold on.
tragedies that Man
You've
United-
got Ben Chait. You got Ben Chait for 50 million.
I
What are you
do
on
not
about?
wanna start-
You-
I do
No,
not wanna
what?
start that.
I'm not having this.
Ben
No,
what?
I'm not.
What's his name?
Ben Chait. Ben
Oh,
Chait.
oh, oh,
What? Ben Chait. 50 million for Ben Chait.
Oh man, good man. Good on you, Hamza, man. Good on you, man.
You know, the thing is about Arsenal, every season they come on in the first match. And the first match in last season, I can't stop remembering this day when they won Fulham 3-0, and like, we're gonna win the league. This didn't finish even top 6.
Hamza started supporting Man U about 3 years ago, boy. Get the other shirts out, Hamza. Get the Chelsea one.
No, I think he's Wi-Fi for him.
No, we could have done. You could have done Hamza quickly, you know. Like
No.
this is meant to be a London conversation.
No.
He might be living in London, but United are involved in this.
Listen,
I don't know.
United can't.
I didn't involve even Man United in any of this. Like, I just keep it on best.
You got Dan James, yeah, who's a speedboat with no driver. You get me?
And who you got? Mate, you're talking to a top 2 Premier League team. You're what? You're 8?
Hamza,
Show me the trophy for that. Show me the trophy for that.
At least Daniel James is doing something apart from.
how much did they spend on Pepe?
what's his
Ask him
name
how
on
much
the
they
left
spend on
wing?
Pepe, mate. Ask him how much they spend on Pepe. That's the transfer thing we need to talk about.
Horror stories, please.
No. I'm just gonna say Ben Chait. You know, there's nothing apart from Ben Chait for 50 million. 50 million for Ben Chait. Like I tell you what. Tottenham, even though their defense is crap, but they're definitely miles better than Arsenal. You know, like they've got one of the best strikers in the world. Even though he doesn't want to play in this club, but he still performs. And Aubameyang, who
Hamza.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for Harry Maguire?
Yeah, 80
No.
million.
Hamza. How much did you pay for Harry Maguire?
Yeah, I'm
How
just answering.
How much was it?
Just let me answer, for God's sake.
How much did you pay?
You're Arsenal, right?
Maguire?
You're Arsenal, right?
How much did you pay for Harry Maguire?
For God's sake, just leave me.
80
let
million.
me answer.
Is he worth 80 million?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. What happened in the Euros last season? What
He's
happened
worth
in
80
the
million.
Euros? He was one of the best centre backs, and if he now with Varane, you're gonna get to see a proper defense. Apart from
love Harry
Arsenal, who
Maguire.
have David Luiz, who
I
does
love Harry
Sodal
Maguire.
and gets goals for himself. And
I love Harry Maguire, but he's not worth 80 million. This is the conversation. Ben White was 50 million. Forget the transfer fee. That's what you pay for English centre half. You overpay for them. You bought Victor Lindelof for about 40 million, 35, 40 million. Is he worth 35, 40 million? I understand you're second in the league and you've got plenty to say.
No.
on the
I'm not gonna talk about us finishing second. You know,
Yeah.
Rafa Varane, one of the best centre backs, one of the top 5 best centre backs in the world, for 34 million.
Yeah.
Where Ben Chait ranked in the top 50 centre backs in the world? Like, just tell me, even in the top 50, you know, where is he? Like, you're telling me, but like at least Harry Maguire is top 10. Where is Ben White? Like, the only thing that he's done, you know, is fighting relegation, playing in the championship, and he's done Sodal in Brighton. And
Harry Maguire's been relegated twice with 2 different clubs.
Yeah, Harry Maguire's been relegated.
Yeah, but at least he was playing at Leicester, you know, not playing at Brighton.
And what were Leicester doing?
Yeah, they won the league 2016, for
He wasn't
example.
there.
They were finishing top 6 and above Arsenal.
Okay.
You haven't smelled top 6, you know, for a while.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Right, Hamza, before you go, Hamza, before you go, what position do Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham finish?
Ooh,
Hamza, you've made some good points. Don't get silly now. Come on.
This guy expecting it, you know.
I could tell. Don't get silly, 'cause you made some good points. So don't get silly now. Come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that if Harry Kane leaves and they get Lautaro Martinez, then I think, and they obviously they've got Christian Romero and who else? I can't remember really. Christian Romero. Who else? Who else did they get?
Gil.
Brian Gill
Hill.
from Spain. Hill or Gill, something like that.
Yeah, a midfielder and probably got a goalkeeper probably.
Yeah.
And if they sell Harry Kane, they're probably gonna get Lautaro Martinez, someone else. So if they do some good transfer business, I think they're gonna finish like in the Europa League. So I'm gonna say 6th because I don't see them finishing above Arsenal. Not Arsenal. Come on, Chelsea or top 4 teams and Leicester. So I don't see them finishing above those. And for Arsenal, if they get to the Conference League, that would be amazing for them, of course. But I feel like just love it, you know. Like
Chelsea?
what are the other teams? Chelsea are gonna finish like. If we don't get a midfielder and they get Koundé and someone else, I think they might finish 2nd because Man United still need a midfielder. So if they get this midfielder, then I feel like they're gonna challenge for the league. So I think Man City to now are gonna win the league because looks like they're gonna get Harry Kane because Harry Kane is definitely not happy and Man City are willing to do whatever it takes really for Harry Kane. So I think Man City till now, if they get Harry Kane, they're gonna win the league. And Chelsea with this squad right now, they can definitely challenge for the title, even though they haven't done transfers. So I think Chelsea might finish 2nd. If of course till now the transfer market is saying.
Yeah, I was gonna shut him up anyway.
I would say Arsenal. Now here's the big one for Arsenal. If they manage to finish above West Ham and Crystal Palace, that would be an amazing achievement for them, of course. And if they finish as
Abzan, get out of here. Get out.
I just love it,
I'll catch you
man.
later. See you later. he's just trolling. He's just trolling now.
You know what? To be fair, he had some good points.
Yeah, he did.
They were all over the place, but he did have some good points.
I will need an apology from him also.
To be fair to him, like he lives in Egypt. He's 15 years old, and he started his own channel as well. So
that's good. That's good.
Big up to him.
He came with a smoke for Arsenal still.
He did. He hates Arsenal. In simple terms, he hates Arsenal.
I don't get that because it wasn't even about when they had that rivalry. So I don't understand the man's hatred for Arsenal. But
you know, I think
it's
most of
the fans.
His dad, because his dad's a massive United fan as well. So
okay, yeah, must be.
Okay.
He's got him on the DVDs.
Yeah.
DVDs or VHS. Listen, guys, this has been wicked, man. Thanks for coming on, man. And I think we have to gather up again, maybe mid-season, 100%. See where our clubs are and such, and take from there. Mo, promote your podcast.
Playing Out from the Back podcast at POFTB on Twitter and Instagram. Listen for more balanced points. Well, from me at least. At least from me. I'm not crazed. I'm not a crazed Arsenal fan. So yeah, tune in and listen, man.
This is it. Oh, so you still got your business up and running?
Which one?
The money, I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah, Mini Moneyology. Yeah, that's coming back. That's coming back real soon. It's financial literacy for kids and stuff like that. So when that's on and cracking again, I'll promote that. Yeah, but just big yourself up, all of you guys. Yeah. I don't have a channel or anything like that. I'm just coming on there just to talk Arsenal because I'm very passionate.
Content.
And I
See
don't
that.
like to hear nonsense about my team. Yeah? But definitely I'm coming back, Rich, here, because I need listen, I want my apologies. And I need you, but I know it's virtual. But hear what I'm saying. I know it's virtual, right? I know we're on Zoom or whatever it is, yeah. But I need the man them to look in my eyes and say sorry. Yeah, I need you to stare down the camera and apologize. Because the disrespect,
never.
the disrespect, Rich. Yeah, but now
It was
big
mad,
yourself
innit?
up, everybody, one
It was
time.
mad,
Yeah?
innit?
But it should be a good season, man. I'm looking forward to it.
That was it. James, anything to promote? Your end?
No, nothing to promote. Just big up everyone here. Yeah, subscriptions everywhere, man. Everyone had really good points in that, and definitely we got to do this again. Listen, I think we could do this weekly. To be fair, like this could be a thing. You know what I mean? So yeah,
It
man.
could be.
Yeah,
But
man.
on that note, actually, because on Sunday I'm going to start up a new show. Hopefully Sunday about 9:00, where fans could come in and just talk about their club's weekend fixtures. So it'll be every week. So kind of like a talk sport element to it. So they could come and be happy or rant, whatever it may be, and stuff. So that's
Yeah,
the
man.
plan
Just hit me up.
next
I'll
Sunday
definitely.
evening, so.
I'll rep Spurs same way. Yeah, you know. What I mean?
100%. Mario, anything on your end?
Yeah, thanks for having us in here, man. It's been thoroughly enjoyable, to be honest with you. And yeah, as you say, I look forward to doing it maybe around Christmas time and then again at the end of the season, just so we can confirm that London's still blue. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, guys. Listen up. Subscribe to. Make sure you follow Moses' podcast. Look out for Orton's, obviously, his business that he'll promote soon. And like, share, subscribe to Eagle Eyed Football. This has been wicked, man.
Cheers, bro.
But let's just end by saying that London is red and blue.